First of all, Vincent, you're just amazing. You're an amazing guy. You're a very smart guy. We are really happy to have you here. And I would like first you to give us and introduce yourself.
So my name is Vin Ray. I am a director of the Center for Farmacoepidemiology and Treatment Science at Rutgers University. I'm a professor of medicine, infectious diseases, and epidemiology at Rutgers. And the work that I do is really aimed at understanding the pharmacoepidemiology of antivirals, antiretrovirals in people with HIV, hepatitis, and to understand how medications affect acute and chronic liver diseases.
What are the key challenges researchers face when preparing scientific articles in clinical epidemiology, particularly studies involving complex therapies such as antivirals and antiretrovirals?
I think that the quality of the data that investigators use is always a major challenge to ensure those data have the right variables, that they are recorded accurately so that they can be able to make the inferences appropriately. And then aside from that, another major challenge is making sure that investigators, particularly early stage investigators, have adequate co-investigators with expertise in those areas to be able to assist them to successfully complete those studies and to be able to interpret the results appropriately.
Okay, thank you. The second question is, which criteria do you consider most important when evaluating the quality and impact of a scientific article? And how can these criteria guide early career researchers in improving their publications?
I think really very critical in early stage investigators and in their manuscript writing is being able to convey the clinical importance of the questions that they're asking and what the relevance to patients and populations is. Because I think if you can convey how your research is going to affect clinical care and public health, particularly reduce morbidity and mortality, or to aid understanding of biology, really will help to drive the impact of the work that researchers are studying. And I think relevant to that is making sure that early stage investigators are collaborating with clinicians, not just methodologists, pharmacoepidemiologists, but pharmacists, clinicians in the area that they are studying. So if you're interested in infectious diseases, that you have an infectious disease pharmacist, that you have an infectious disease clinician that could be able to aid the interpretation of the results to make those results even more impactful. If it's a liver disease, you're a hepatologist. If it's a cancer, you're collaborating with oncologists, nurses, dietitians if they are relevant, alcohol specialists, drug specialists. All too often what I see is investigators not including all of the relevant expertise, and that impairs the impact of the studies that they produce.
Now, the third question. I've heard that you really liked the food here in Brazil. So what are your opinions about our local food here in Brazil, like pão de queijo and brigadeiro and the coffee?
I think the food here in Brazil is off the charts. I had the best lunch with all types of vegetables and meats and prepared exceptionally by the gastronomy group here. Last night we went to a steakhouse. The food was prepared exceptionally well, the service. I love food and I love different restaurants, and I've been to all different places in pharmacoepidemiology around the world. Brazil is at the very top of the list, and I'm thankful to be here. My hope is that we grow the footprint of pharmacoepidemiology throughout Latin America, starting here in Brazil. That is my really sincere hope.